Did we do it? Did we have success? I don't really know. I don't really know. It was not as easy as I thought it would be to switch over to a different live streaming platform. I'll know in about a minute if things are going well. Um, just checking to see if I have. Let's record. Okay. Just checking to see if I have everything in order. I think there's a bit of a delay. I don't think it's perfect. Like my mouse is just angry right now. I don't know. We'll work on it, you know? Um, I just had to get off of the other channel. It was okay, good. Now I got another viewer. So I had to get off of the other channel. It was killing my videos. I'd have a nice podcast video and it was just getting murdered by the live streams. And I love the live streams and I want to live stream all the time. Um, I I like live streaming. I think that that's the place to be. And then as a real estate agent, will my general audience, will my broker, as will they understand that I'm on a new channel for live streaming only, and why is that different than video? I don't know. But the good thing is as silly as it sounds, it's not like I have a whole lot of subscribers. It's not like I can just it's not like I can't try something new. And certainly the way my videos were performing on the main channel, it was getting me disappointed. I mean, you put a lot of work into it and then it just flops. Like one view, and YouTube isn't even recommending your videos for anybody. So I wanted to run over some of the issues that I've had so far, and I wanted to kind of talk about what we're gonna do and how we're gonna do this on the live stream. So there's a couple problems. One, when I moved over to the when I tried to move, well, let's say Saturday, I decided that I was going to do a channel, a new live stream channel, and you were going to be a part of it. So that required, I didn't think it was going to require that much. I have a nice setup for streaming, and I was just going to change the channel and go from there. Well, all my settings died, and they would not. And as of this morning, as of about 8:30, I thought everything was good, and then I noticed that it was just showing me the old. It was showing me the old information. It wasn't showing me the like I didn't have any of the microphones or any of the displays or anything set up. So today could be a little rocky, and let's be honest, it could be a little rocky for a while. But that was a mess, and so the fact that I'm even able to broadcast this morning is pretty good. Let's see. So all of my, all the people that normally subscribe to my Deerwood Realty channel, there's nobody here, which is disappointing, but understandable. I can only do so much, I can only do so much. So, so when I set up the new channel, I was like, great, I'll bring some of my subscribers over and we're going to have a great time. Well, YouTube locks me out of live streaming for the first 24 hours. So I was like, so Sunday, I said, well, that's okay. I'll just work on it today. So Sunday comes around 24 hours later, 36 hours later, and I'm sitting there trying to program the stuff and it won't let me. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not good. It's not good at all. And so last night, anymore, I like to just schedule the next live stream the next day, just because everyone knows I'm going to be around at 9 in the morning, and let's just have it ready. Well, when I did that, it was a mess. It was a mess, and so I couldn't live stream. It wouldn't let me. So this morning, I woke up to the reality that it's probably not going to be on the it's probably not going to be able to be streamed on the live stream channel, and we're probably going to have to move everything to the main channel. Well, oddly enough, this morning I could live stream. Now, what's weird to me is I can live stream on this one. I can live stream on the main channel, but I can't live stream on the Clips channel. Now, I haven't ever, I mean, I've tried, yeah, after the Clips channel has been around for about 3 weeks. And so I thought that I thought the Clips channel would be fine. Now, there was something that happened in this setup that I don't know, not confused by, but I don't even know how to put it. So when I was when I when I was like, you have to go through this process of being, oh, what's the word, registered or certified or something. Basically, that you can't have like a spam account and you can't be trying to do, bad things. And I'm not, but to enable it, you have to, just text your phone number or something. But when I started, it said there were 3 things I had to go through. And then now when I went back today, there was only 2 things that I had to go through. But one of those on the 3rd tier was I'm not able to take my stream and embed it embed it anywhere. So if I can't embed my stream to the website today, that's going to be problematic. And there's going to be some things that are problematic. This isn't going to be as easy of a transition as I would like. It would be great to have everything on the main channel, but the main channel is not doing well when the live streams kill the view time. And like, I am totally fine with everybody. Look, you're busy people. You may not want to listen to the live stream every day. The same type of people that want to watch the podcast may not want to watch a live stream, and I get that. But I like the live stream, and I'm keeping it, and I want people to be able to know that I exist and people know who I am and all that stuff before they even bother to call me. If you don't like me, it's okay. I've gotten to the point where it's like, this is who I am. This is what I do. Had an interesting comment on my YouTube video about dual agency yesterday, and I wanted to go over that. The guy writes, so on this dual agency, I went through a story about a fellow that's being sued for, representing his seller, but also representing the buyer somehow, but then he's not representing the buyer on a different deal. And it got really ugly. And somebody writes that realtors are above the law. And I only wish that were true. God, I would love to be above the law for anything. But no, I got sued, a year ago. Crazy lady, crazy situation. I've gone over. There's a video on YouTube about it. So not above the law. I won. We won. No, you could say, well, it was small claims court, but I still had to hire a lawyer. I still had to get after it. So anyway, do I expect a lot of growth on the live stream to start since I moved the channel and everything? No, I don't. And it's okay. Like right now, the amount of effort my computer is going through just to produce the live stream is ridiculous. So I clearly have to change settings because I can hardly get my mouse down to get to the next transition. It's just using so much CPU. Let me see if I can. It says my stream quality is good. My CPU is at 50. This is dangerous to do this. I'm going to make changes while we're on the fly. That's probably never a good sign. There. Hopefully that does a little better. Doesn't look like it's doing much. Oh, yeah. A lot better. Okay. That's a little smoother. There's some other things I can do that should help over time, but I'm not going to mess with them now. I could go in the settings and let me check one more thing. Because it's not really, from my end, right now, it's not enjoyable. So, and some of this stuff I might have to, oh, can't change settings when I'm live. Okay, well, that's probably smart. That's probably smart. So look, everything that we're dealing with right now today, we're just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing now. I'm not exactly sure what I want. I don't even know where this is going to go. Where my saved recordings are going to go. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I did want to do that. Okay. So it's all, look, I can't fix everything today. And don't at me. So anyway, I don't like this laggy mouse. There's some things I don't like. Let me just see if, okay. All right. For today, it's okay. So anyway, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent. It's very nerve wracking to make changes like this. But so number one, I don't expect my main audience to come over here and watch my live streams every day. This is for the people that watch streams during the day. And this is also a precursor to if I do that channel about the nature of employment, which I've been talking about for a while, but I'm kind of like going back and forth because it's going to be at night and I'm going to be tired. And it's hard to build streams and I don't have a lot of time. So, and you know, there's two things that get me at night. One, if I'm out, I'm not going to be doing a live stream. So I feel like I'm abandoning my peeps that don't exist right now, which is, and then the other thing is I don't know if I can make it awake when I need to be up there to stream. So two things, a little troublesome. Plus, you guys know I'm not perfect with the tech. I need more. I need help. I'm calling out there for help. Anyway, that's where we're at. So, like, I don't know. How are you? I didn't even ask. It's funny. I enjoy doing the live streams, and then when I see that there's no one in the chat and there's no one enjoying themselves, it's like ugh. So when I was on the main channel, I just always thought that I was going to build the main channel and it was going to be great, and it's going well. It's just going a lot slower than I thought it would, and in this case, why not switch the live streams over to people that want to just watch live streams and stuff like that? I don't see any reason not to do it this way. So, let's see. That's about it. I guess we should get into some stuff. Because things were going south on me. I mean, it's actually kind of a miracle that I'm even able to broadcast today with my tech situations. But like, thank you for putting up with it, first of all, and then second, I did not get to my normal like Google News, but I thought we could just do it on the fly, so we'll do that. But what I wanted to tell you about first is, of course, I did have some showings yesterday, or had a showing yesterday, and I just wanted to go over that. There's a part of town in South City that I like, but just because I like it doesn't make it better or anything. In fact, a lot of times the houses there I think they're pretty decent quality houses. I think that the neighborhoods are built. I think that the square footage is a problem, and I think that the way the houses were constructed in St. Louis, typically, if you have a house that's built with brick, It's going to bring a premium to a house built with framing, a frame house like siding or something. And if it's magnified when it's a neighborhood of like all frame or all brick. If you want a nice neighborhood in America, I believe you should have brick, and I believe you should have a lot of square footage, and I believe you should be on a flat lot. I think any neighborhood that would be in that case would always do better than a neighborhood that did siding and small square footage. So anyway, this neighborhood in the city has been around since the 1900s. Okay, it's old, and the home was a very interesting style. Here was the big issue for my buyers. There was no like dining room, no dining room, and so it's not that they needed the dining room for the dining room; they needed it for like another space. Because this house was, you walk into the first room, and that was like your living room. It goes straight to the kitchen, so I definitely would say it's an open concept. There's a bedroom to the left. You go down the hallway. There's a bathroom to the right, which is the only bathroom. And then to the left, there's another bedroom, and that's it. That's the house. Backyard had off-street parking, which I think is important. But it was a house. I mean, just what I would think is, hey, it's been on the market for 33 days. Are we going to go in there and put a full ask? No. It's a fix and flip. But it was better than the one we saw yesterday, or I'm sorry, the day before. Buyers interested? No, but happy to have gone and looked. And so, yeah, that's that now. Anyway, I gotta fix these. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to leave the settings and see if they're any better for the. See if they're any better for the video, because the video looks really nice today. Looks much better than my videos on the other channel. It looks more. So if I'm doing that at the cost of processor speed or something, you all know I need to get a new computer anyway. So this is all just get it out there, produce, and then worry about fine tuning over time. But it's pretty nice. I like the way it looks. So anyway, on the Google, so they're not gonna put an offer, and wish those people the best of luck in selling their house. It's a fix and flip, so it's investors, so I don't care as much. Now, let's get into. I'm gonna do it this way. You're not gonna see it. I think that the most. I didn't watch it. There's 1 million searches on it. I don't even know if it's going to let me. Boy, it's slow. I'm going to have to work on this. We're going to use the NPR article to describe what happened. I didn't watch it yet. I'm not going to watch it until later today. For me, what's funny about this is, boy, it's a struggle. It is a struggle. So it's a sports article, okay? And you know what I think about, like, how Google does, how search does. There's 1 million searches on this. I don't know how this is going to go. Okay. Hopefully this goes well. I've got all kinds of things happening on Monday morning in my thing. So let's go over to this is the first time we're going to share the screen. Hopefully you can see that. And let's go through this article. It says Michigan, and this had over 1 million searches. Michigan host Juwan Howard hits Wisconsin assistant after loss. So that's not good. That's bad sportsmanship. The handshakes quickly turned to punches after Wisconsin beat Michigan on Sunday. And good for Wisconsin for beating Michigan in a Big Ten conference basketball game. Members of both teams fought after Michigan head coach Juwan Howard slapped Wisconsin assistant coach Joe Krabenhoft in the head. Howard explained after the melee that he was upset that Wisconsin had called a timeout with a few seconds left in the game when Wisconsin was already up 14 points. University of Michigan athletic director Wade Ward Manuel issued a statement after the incident. There is no excuse for any of our staff or student athletes to get in a physical altercation with others regardless of instigating factors. We will review the situation more thoroughly and work with the Big Ten Conference as they determine their disciplinary actions and will determine if any further disciplinary actions are needed. Manuel said he called his counterpart at the University of Wisconsin, as did University of Michigan interim president Mary Sue Coleman, to apologize for the totally unacceptable behavior. Yeah, like this is not, this reminds me of that, I don't know if you saw that viral video of that kid in the handshake line getting hit in the junk when he's walking by. That was not good sportsmanship. It says, as the teams lined up to shake hands after the game, Wisconsin head coach Greg Gard grabbed Howard's arm and appeared to try to talk to him. In a post-game press conference, Gard said he tried to explain to Howard why he called the timeout. He came up to me and pulled his mask down and said, "Oh, he pulled his mask down." Well, that's fighting words these days. I'll remember that. He started pointing at me and tapping me in the chest. Howard disputed Gard's retelling, saying it was unnecessary for Gard to touch him. Well, like, come on, we're in this corona melees. You pulled your mask down. You could be spreading all kinds of disease towards this poor man. It wasn't called for that when we were talking, he said. At that point, I thought it was time to protect myself. During the confrontation, players and coaches from both teams crowded around the men. As things heated up, Howard swung, hitting Krabenhoft. Howard was a star member of Michigan's Fab Five in the early 90s. That was the Chris Webber timeout when there wasn't one. He, along with Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, helped to popularize baggy shorts and black Nike socks in basketball. There's the subject of a documentary that explored their impact on the sport, as well as investigation into illegal payments to players. The teams failed to win a national championship, but several, including Howard, went on to successful NBA careers. He won 2 NBA championships with the Miami Heat. And if you remember that, I mean, Juwan Howard doesn't have to be coaching, okay? The Big Ten Conference issued a statement and said it will review the altercation and would take swift and appropriate disciplinary action when it completes its investigation. So, I think the issue is, like, let's, from my point of view as a 44-year-old man who used to watch sports who doesn't anymore. Okay. So is Juwan Howard wrong? Absolutely. Why? Well, there's a lot of old coaches out there, like old men. Like, they're not trying to fight anybody. They're literally just, happy to be alive. Juwan Howard, older man now, but not like these old men. So I don't know what the other guy looks like. I don't know his age. Maybe he's a young man. I don't care. This particular basketball situation doesn't call for, fighting, right? It's okay to lose the game. It's okay to be sad about it. It's okay to be angry about it. But it's not okay to go after the assistant coach of the other team in any situation. Now, will Juwan Howard benefit from this? Yes, because of perverse incentives in the world, Juwan Howard will be looked at somebody who looks after his players and that he did the right thing by those people that are fans of Michigan and how do I say it? Like recruits, they'll say, "Oh, look at what my coach did." Okay, so he'll be praised, but it won't be out in the open. It'll be quiet. So, yeah. So will Wisconsin be injured by this? No, they beat Michigan, and Wisconsin doesn't have the players that Michigan does. Michigan should be sad that they lost because they have better players and they should have won. So congratulations to Wisconsin for beating Michigan, and Michigan will get. I mean, they have a lot of good players, and they've got a lot of good recruits, so they're going to be fine. This is all going to be okay. Is it going to be washed under the bridge? I don't know about that, but what he did was wrong, and he needs to apologize. And I don't know if he will. What's interesting to me is like the presidents are calling and everything, but not Juwan Howard. I don't know. Is it worth 1 million searches? Yeah, I'm actually going to take a look at it after this, after the show. I can't show it. I'd like to, but I can't show it because of copyright infringement, and it's my first day on the channel, and I'd prefer not to be in a bad spot. So then let me look at a different article. Now this is just me. I don't even know. So we had Juwan Howard with 1 million searches, and I should probably put down Juwan Howard with 1 million searches. And then did I put the source? Yeah. I always like to source things so that you can know that I'm not just pulling stuff out of my behind. But at the same time, maybe that opens me up for getting in trouble. I mean, they're going to have a field day with that. They're going to talk about that for weeks. And, he's going to get suspended or something. But I believe they're doing pretty well this year. I don't know their rankings, but I believe they're doing pretty well. I'm even going to look that up because that matters. Let me look here. It's Monday, so they're going to change. But Michigan... Well, Wisconsin's ranked 15th in the country, 21-5. And I know you can't see it, but... Well, Michigan's not doing well at all. Are they not even ranked? Really? He's got all those players and can't get it together? Michigan State's ranked. I mean, maybe I'm just missing it because I'm doing it on the fly. Huh. Wow. What kind of season's Michigan having? Let's look at that. I believe they're in the Big Ten. Michigan's 8-7 in the conference. And their overall is 14-11, so they're a 500 basketball team. So they're not doing very well for all the good players they have. Purdue and Wisconsin. I guess, to be honest, Wisconsin should have won the game. Now, based on what I see, Wisconsin should have won the game. Wisconsin is the better team as far as playing a team sport this year. Michigan just has better players, and they're not performing. So if, like it looks like Nebraska is 1-14 and 7-19 overall. If the head coach of Nebraska went and punched another coach, he would be fired because, let's be honest, he's not doing very well. I don't even know who the coach is of Nebraska, and I don't wish them any ill. But that's the way sports works. I think that's kind of the way life works. We find excuses to justify our actions, and so Juwan Howard is a star, has a star name, has the ability to pull in good players. I could look at the team rankings for recruitment next year. I bet you that he's got hit. In fact, I can do that too. I mean, why not, right? I don't know if I can. I'll try. I got to get to a certain spot. Here we go. Oh, I didn't even look at the front. I'm looking at the front. Oh, this person says, it's not all Howard's fault. But I don't really care. I don't really care about whose fault it is or anything. Don't throw punches at people. Let's be honest. So I'm going to look at the NCAA rankings for the players, the team rankings for 2022. Michigan is ranked 7th with 4-star recruits, and Wisconsin isn't even in the top. Oh, Nebraska! Look at that; they're terrible, and they've got 1 4-star and 3 3-star recruits already. I'm just going to look at. You guys didn't know I could do this, did you? Yeah. Well, I'm not proud of it. Okay, so here we go on the Big Ten. For 2022, Michigan is ranked number 2 in the conference, and that's a little iffy. Ohio State's number 1. They've got 4 4-star recruits coming in and 1 3-star. Michigan doesn't have a 3-star. Wisconsin's recruiting right now. They have 1 3-star recruit coming in next year, and they handled Michigan, beat them by 14 points. Let's look at 2021 just to see if that held. So Michigan was ranked 3 in the conference. They had 2 5-star players and 3 4-star players. Wisconsin was, I didn't do it right. Michigan was number 3 in the nation for recruiting with Juwan Howard. Now, Penny Hardaway and Memphis were ranked number 1, and you see how that kind of hasn't gone so well, but he's been sick. Okay, so in the Big Ten in 2021, Michigan was the number 1 ranked recruiter, 2 5-stars, 3 4-stars, and 1 3-star. Maybe I said that wrong. 2 5-stars, 3 4-stars, and 1 3-star. Wisconsin had 4 3-stars, and they were ranked number 5 in the conference. So I think I stand by what I said. Juwan Howard has the ability to recruit, and so yeah, that's that. Maybe I've taken this too long. I'm sorry. I like sports controversies. I like them a lot because they mirror life. They mirror the popular culture. I suspect that the University of Michigan has a 0 tolerance for punching other teams or players or coaches, and somehow the 0 tolerance won't affect this particular case because Juwan Howard is a good coach. If he were a terrible coach, he would be thrown under the bus. That's how sports works, at least the way it used to. I don't know if it's still that way now, but we'll move on. I'm going to look real quick at Google Trends to see if there's anything else. The Queen has COVID. I'm not happy about that. Poor woman's 90 some odd years old. I know that there was the NCAA, or not, the NBA All-Star game this weekend. I don't care. A lot of people are dead. I'm not happy about that. Prince Charles is up on the. I don't want to do. I feel like sometimes it's piling on them. And then Harrison Burton and Brad Keselowski got into a car accident in Daytona. I didn't watch Daytona this year. Don't care. But if you did, good for you. Good for you. Okay, so we've done our searches. We've done our Google searches. In fact, let me see if I can. I already did that, so I can get rid of this. There. Let's look at some houses. Anchorage, Alaska. Now, I had a cousin that lived in Alaska for a while, and I don't remember where it was. It's been a while. So let's go and find out about Anchorage. Now, I don't know what to expect. What I see in my head is a very cold place where the sun is like up all the time. Realty One has the top listing. Firebird Realty has the second listing, and then there's a bunch of new construction, and then there's a third one, Real Broker LLC. Let's just go with that. There's two that are $1,175 or $1,175. I don't know. I don't know what to make. I'm not going to look at new construction, but let's look at the first house and then go from there. Okay, here we go. 100 pictures, so that's way too many pictures for me. 3-car garage, 535 days on the market, built in 2002. Property history. It was listed in 2020, and it was listed for $3.8 million, and we're down to 2.69. 4 beds, 3 baths, 6,841 square feet. What does the description look like? The only reason why I'm this is a different place for me, and I'd like to know kind of how a modern craftsman is how architect Mark Ivy describes this exquisitely designed home located in the prestigious Prominence Point neighborhood. Cascading waterfalls flank the handcrafted front doors. When you step inside, you're greeted by breathtaking views of the inlet, mountains, and city skyline. If you're a golf enthusiast, you can practice your swing all year in the simulator while enjoying a cold beverage from the wet bar. Enjoy entertaining. It will be delightful preparing meals in your kitchen to serve the formal dining area or outdoor deck. Don't forget to select a bottle of wine. You can store up to 2,200 bottles in the chilled wine cellar. This pristine, modern craftsman is true Alaska luxury. Well, I don't know. I wasn't even aware you could go outside for some of the seasons. I mean, it looks gorgeous, but my understanding is the winters there are a bit dicey. Now look at all these houses. I mean, I don't want to live there like that. Now it's cool. You can look. They say the inlet. I guess that's over there. I don't know about the waterfalls cascading. I don't know if that's what that is there. I mean, that's cool. See how you can see out? I mean, I get it. It's different. And I don't mean in a negative way. It's just, I mean, we keep seeing the same pictures. That's why. I mean, can you cut it down to 50 and just give me the pictures of? I don't know. Alaska, would it be Alaska in the summer? I don't know enough about Alaska to know. I don't. This isn't doing it for me. Sorry. Here we go. 1.395 million. 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 7,000 square foot on a 1 acre lot. 85 pictures. 457 days on the market. 4-car garage. Property history listed in 2020, still for sale. Property details, not too big. Once in a lifetime property, just built on over an acre of breathtaking grounds in downtown, located directly across from Valley of the Moon Park. Truly custom built home, unlike anything you've seen in Anchorage. Options for this home are limitless, including event space venue, corporate retreat, senior living, Airbnb. Let your imagination run. Adjacent lot available for purchase. So I don't really particularly think that the curb appeal is all that intriguing. Oh, great. What is that? That's the park. Oh, I see. A lot of wood. I like the kitchen. This house was built in 2001. And the only reason why I mention it is because, like, sometimes it's like, is it dated? But this house has a lot of wood. Like, it's cool looking the way it's set up. You wouldn't, I mean, in some ways, you wouldn't want your kid putting up pictures of anything on the walls in their own room. And for my kids, that would have been a problem. The one, That 17 won't care at all now, but the other one, she would want to put more crap on her walls. It's just going to cause holes in the. I don't know. Kind of interesting. I'm at 61 pictures though, and I'm sick. I don't want to watch. 50 pictures is enough for me, no matter where I am in the world. Okay, let's look at. Let's look at. Let's look at this one. 1.175 million. I like it because of the way it looks. It's like a log cabin, and we don't have those. 221 days on the market, 6-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,700 square feet. And I've told you, I think 5,000 square feet for me is about where I want to be. It's been listed since 2021 in July. It's got a 2.5 acre lot. I think that's, and there's a, I think that's a plus. I don't know if you could have basements in Alaska. And I feel like it's February now. I feel like it's pretty bad. And I'm going to look at the weather real quick right now in Anchorage. I feel like the pictures. It's 27 degrees right now. We're going to AccuWeather. It's supposed to snow. I don't know, it's a lot of pictures. A bit of snow this afternoon with a high of 35. A little snow tomorrow, 2 to 4 inches, and a little snow the next day. So what we're seeing in our picture is not this time of year, basically, right? So it looks nice. That is the basement. It's got to be. Look at where the window is. Look at where the ceiling is. I think they have a basement. There's steps. I like though they have like stoves in all the rooms, and like, see, there's a stove. It's nice. There's a stove. You got a gas grill or a gas stove top. So that's more like what I think it is. Nice shed in the back. Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's a heated garage too. Nice. Nice. Okay, well, that's the 3 in Anchorage. I think that over time as we go, that'll be a place to watch. Anchorage. It looks cool. It looks cool. So let's get into some articles. Now, I'm going to preface this article by saying this was one we wanted to talk about on Saturday, and I know it's been a long time, but the article we originally read was that foreclosures were up. Okay? Foreclosures were up. And now this article says delinquencies decrease. So how can the mortgages be up, or how can foreclosures be up but delinquencies be down? That's not easy to understand for me as a real estate agent. It says delinquency rate for mortgage loans up on 1 to 4 unit residential properties decreased to a seasonally adjusted rate of 4.65% of all loans outstanding at the end of the fourth quarter. For the purposes of this survey, the MBA, which is the Mortgage Bankers Association, asked servicers to report loans in forbearance as delinquent if the payment was not made based on the original terms of the mortgage. The delinquency rate was down 23 basis points from the third quarter of 2021 and down 209 basis points from 1 year ago. So not as many homes in default delinquency rate. Well, not as many loans that are delinquent. So mortgage delinquencies, this is a quote, mortgage delinquencies descended in the final 3 months of 2021, reaching levels at or below the survey averages dating back to 1979. The fourth quarter delinquency rate of 4.65% was 67 basis points lower than the survey average of 5.32. Furthermore, the seriously delinquent rate, the percentage of loans that are 90 days or more past due in the process of foreclosure, was 2.83% in the fourth quarter, close to the long-term average of 2.80. Now, they did say in that other article that we read that on a year-to-year basis or on a seasonal basis, that like they were just a little higher. I mean, I think they said like fourth. I don't remember. I want to say 4,000 homes were in foreclosure. But anyway, this is the exact opposite. It says the quarters right before the COVID-19 pandemic represented some of the lowest delinquencies ever recorded. Delinquencies are now approaching levels not seen since the first quarter of 2020, which is a testament to the strength of the U.S. labor market. So that's that. So, you know, how do I put this? So as I've been alive, and that's a pretty long time now, whenever we have issues, like you want this defined issue, okay? Like a black and white issue. Like, so if you want to say that the housing market the wheels have come off, okay? You want this defined moment that says like foreclosures reached 10%, you know, and everyone is miserable and selling their house, and you have all these articles that are ancillary to the problem, okay? But you want it to be like flipping on and off a switch. And you know, it's not like that. If you're under the belief that we're going to head into a recession, we're going to see periods of high inflation, maybe we'll be in a period of stagflation. You know, if you believe that, you're looking for these nuggets of news and you're saying, okay, well, this is the start. Okay. But you can't possibly say like, oh, it's done. You know, oh, it's done. Oh, we've got the foreclosure. It's here. And no, it doesn't work it doesn't seem to work that way. It's like a slow descent. It's just like gas prices. Gas prices don't typically shoot up, you know, $3 a gallon unless there's like a war. And even then they'll mess with things so that doesn't happen, or try to mess with the strategic reserve, stuff like that. But when you know, it's not like defined until it is. And so if this is the start of the market heading down, you know, these are the things you want to look at. Right now, though, the article says, hey, it may be that things are pretty good right now. So is it human nature to look for the future rather than the present? I just kind of, for me, like, so say we are in a period of you know, home values going down. Okay, I'm going to be looking for that moment where home values are going back up. I don't know. It's just an interesting thing how can foreclosures be up and mortgage delinquency goes down? I don't know, but that's what you see. Let's look at this article. Not going to be very exciting, but it's by the Tax Foundation. I don't even know where I found it. It came out in December of 2021. I know it's old, and I'm not using this for any sort of like political gamesmanship or advantage, because, you know, I'm north in my politics. And so let's just go over it, though. It says the Tax Foundation State Business Tax Climate Index enables business leaders, government policymakers, and taxpayers to gauge how their state's tax systems compare. While there are many ways to show how much is collected in taxes by state governments, the index is designed to show how well states structure their tax systems and provide a roadmap for improvement. Now, I don't know what that means. So the top 10 best states this year's index are Wyoming, South Dakota, Alaska, Florida, Montana, New Hampshire, Nevada, Tennessee, Indiana, and Utah. It says the absence of a major tax is a common factor among the top 10 states. Property taxes and unemployment insurance taxes are leveled in every state, but there are several states that do without one or more of the major taxes: the corporate income tax, the individual income tax, or the sales tax. Nevada, South Dakota, and Wyoming have no corporate or individual income tax, though Nevada imposes a gross receipts tax. Alaska has no individual income or state-level state sales tax. Florida and Tennessee have no individual income tax, and New Hampshire and Montana have no sales tax. Oh, that's interesting. This does not mean, however, that a state cannot rank in the top 10 while still levying all their major taxes. Indiana and Utah, for example, levy all the major tax types, but do so with low rates on broad basis. Yeah. And then these are the 10 lowest ranked or worst states in this year's index: Hawaii, Louisiana, Vermont, Arkansas, Minnesota. You wouldn't think Arkansas. Minnesota, Maryland, Connecticut, California, New York, and New Jersey. Now, I would expect most of those, California and New York specifically. It says the states in the bottom 10 tend to have a number of afflictions in common, complex, non-neutral taxes with comparatively high rates. New Jersey, for example, is hampered by some of the highest property tax burdens in the country, has the highest corporate income tax, and among the highest individual income taxes in the country, has a particularly aggressive treatment of international income and levies an inheritance tax, and maintains some of the nation's worst structured individual income taxes. So you don't want to be in New Jersey. If taxes are important to you, you don't want to be there. I'm going to look at Missouri if I'm going to do the interactive thing, if it works. But as you know, my computer is stuttering this morning. So I'm not sure what's like different. Like, I don't know. Let me see. So here we go. There, Missouri. The overall rank is 13. It went down 2. Rank for corporate taxes is 3rd. Individual taxes 21. Sales taxes 25. Our sales tax is a little bit ridiculous. Property taxes is 8th, and unemployment insurance taxes 13th on the Tax Foundation Index. I mean, I don't know. 13th doesn't seem so bad. A lot of people really kick Missouri, and I kind of get it. Doesn't make me happy. Now I'm trying to get out of here because I'm trying to see this. Obviously, I've got to fix the lag because this is terrible, and I can, just so you know. But I really want to see how the video looks today before I go messing with the. I mean, I'm not using too much of the. I have not dropped any frames. I'm not using too much of the CPU. I'm in the 30s. I don't know. You guys could fix that in a heartbeat if you needed to. So, let's look at. We're going to look at another article. Yes. Okay. I thought this was interesting. I don't know if it's true. It's anecdotal for me. It says, "Forget America's great resignation. It's the great upgrade." It says the churn in American job market is without precedent. A record number of American workers quit their jobs last year. Of the 68.9 million separations in 2021, 47.4 million jobs were left voluntarily. Despite a historic number of job openings, many of the workers who quit never looked for a new job. Millions of people have left the labor force altogether to take care of family, retire early, live on savings, or otherwise reassess their lives. The challenge now is how to get them back. It won't be easy, and it won't happen overnight. Here's the math from me, the economist at Goldman Sachs. Some 2.5 million are missing from the workforce. About 800,000 of those have retired early. Many supported by rising home equity and stock portfolios. That leaves 1.7 million people to entice back into the job market. Many of them prime age workers with many years ahead of them in the job market. What's holding them back? They have pandemic concerns. They have a financial cushion, or their lifestyle has changed. Some people are likely to come back if the virus spread falls or antiviral pills reduce health risk. Others are likely to come back once they exhaust their savings. I don't know if any of that's true. Goldman figures 1 million people will come back into the workforce this year, raising the labor force participation rate to a healthier but still substandard 62.6% by the end of the year. More workers will come back into the job market in the years ahead. Even so, the depressed participation rate implies that workers will be even harder to find than the unemployment rate suggests. Harder to find, and with a new perspective, it's safe to say people aren't coming back to the jobs, wages, and work-life balance they left. In fact, millions of those so-called quitters didn't leave the workforce at all. They upgraded. Now that's the headline that caught me. It was Bharat Ramudi, the National Economic Council Deputy Director, who last month coined the phrase "the Great Upgrade." Workers are quitting jobs to take new, better paying jobs. It's not the Great Resignation, it's the Great Upgrade. Exactly the kind of economy that POTUS said he wanted to help build. Okay. Companies are paying higher wages, offering signing bonuses, and adjusting schedules to attract and retain talent. Growing number of companies now pay student debt benefits, hoping to keep good workers from hopping to other employers. We're seeing a lot of churn in the jobs market, but the one thing we are seeing is that hires are higher. They're not leaving the job market; they're leaving for other jobs in the same industry. The opportunity for American workers has never been greater, and they're getting rewarded for quitting. Job openings are record highs. The pays to switch jobs we found in our own data is almost at record highs. Companies are paying up for the talent. It says Friday's job report showed annual wage growth of 5.7%. Inflation, of course, eats into those pay gains, but it was the fattest pay raise in years for the typical worker. Still, for many workers, it's not just about the money. They won't be satisfied with their old jobs. They're leaving for better treatment, better schedules, and better benefits. Oh boy. I mean, this is kind of opinion more than it is news. I mean, that line, still for many workers, it's not just about the money. They won't be satisfied with their old jobs. They're leaving for better treatment, better schedules, and better. Under what statistical evidence do you provide for that? For now, the job seekers hold all the cards. That's not true, and it never will be. Employers of all sizes are in dogfight for workers, offering better conditions and more professional development to fill the nearly 11 million positions that were open in December. Now, let me just go at this from one section and one section only. Do you think that employers intentionally keep wages down amongst everyone? I do. If they raised rates, would they still be able to produce the same products or services at the same price? No. Now, that's just the way it is. I don't know if it's right. I don't know if it's wrong. It says the employer is driving the car. They're the ones deciding the opportunities, the pay, the skills, the job description, the hours. But they are more than ever listening to the workforce and trying to incorporate that and be sensitive. I mean, again, that's all in how you look at things. I'm going to switch back to my main. I'm going to switch back to my main base frame. There we go. Okay, there we go. So, to me, the picture looks really, really nice. Problem with it looking really nice is I'm having some difficulty with, on my end, the computer freezing a little bit. We'll have to look at the. What was I going to say? We're going to have to look at the statistics. We'll have to look at the video and see if the picture has been, is better, or if it's not. I am going to turn off a setting that I set up earlier with you guys. I don't want it to automatically record when streaming because I'm used to it. And I like it. And I don't know. Kind of interesting. It's like this. It's like John. Like right now, if I try to I have this good video. If I try to do, if I were to try to do my intro to my Deerwood Realty podcast on this setting, my mouse will get stuck before I go from the recording to the transition button. So that's not good. And I also don't know where this is going. In fact, I better look at that. I'm going to try and look at the folder where it's going. I mean, I have the recording, okay, but I don't know where it's going. Like, I don't know where it's saving to. Oh, it's going to Deerwood Realty YouTube videos. Okay. All right. That's good. Okay, well, today was the first day. The amount of subscribers that I thought I was going to get today is about what I thought it would be. The things are, I mean, like I said, I have to go back and relook at the live stream, but so far I'm pretty happy with our transition. Tomorrow we'll be back we'll be on this one forever, Deerwood Realty live streams, and then yeah, let's just go from there. I don't know if you're going to watch this on a replay. I don't know, because you know, I just don't know. It's going to probably be slow motion to get back to where we were, but you know, we tried, right? We tried. Thank you for watching, and if you do watch this a year from now, then thank you. Consider subscribing.